minute. What is it? Yo, what? What in the Jerry Springer is going on? You know, honestly, I used to talk about Jerry Springer like, it's so fake. These things will never happen. Your mother having sex with your husband. What is it? Oh, she's a garbage. Your mother is a garbage. And your husband is a trash.
What a vibe like this.
Oh, hi guys. Welcome to Tasha Reacts. Welcome to Tasha Reacts. I hope you're doing well. You're doing good in the hood. Hi, my name is Tasha. I do have another channel called Tachassociety where I do hair, beauty, everything beauty over there. And I do have another channel called Tasha Jean where I do story times. Check me out. Alright, let me put my disclaimer out there. If the person comes up to me and say, hey girl, you don't have the right to be sharing my video, I will take it down because I don't care. I usually leave the information down in the description bar, TikTok handle towards the end of the video. Alright, another disclaimer. This is a reaction channel, so I will be talking through the channel. Sometimes I get a little bit off topic. Sometimes I vent. Sometimes I just talk about what I want to talk about. That's why I usually leave the people's information down in the description bar if you're not interested. If you just want to get straight to the point. If you don't want to hear me talk too much. Alright? Okay. Alright. So I want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to me. I really appreciate it. I'm forever thankful for you guys. I see we are moving on up to the east side. Alright? So this story time is going to be a part 1 and part 2. It is a longer story time. So let's get started.
Can you forgive her once? Because mom gave us birth with their life, and I don't know. I also feel how you can be desperate. No hate to this commenter, but first, I'm not desperate. Lonely? Sure, but I'm not desperate. So you're asking if I can forgive my mom for sleeping with my husband. I'm not about forgiving.
Hold up. Hold up, wait a minute. What is it? Yo, what? What in the Jerry Springer is going on? You know, honestly, I used to talk about Jerry Springer like, it's so fake. These things will never happen. Your mother having sex with your husband. What is it? Oh, she's a garbage. Your mother is a garbage. And your husband is a trash. Let me listen.
Well, let me tell you what I have forgiven her for. I forgive her for trying to unalive herself when I was little, and I walked in and found her, and went with her to the hospital while she had her stomach pumped. I forgive her for trying to strangle my dad in the front yard, and he responded by throwing a rake through our glass door. I forgive her for moving me and my sisters into an old church that became a home that was basically a drug den. I forgive her for...
I was just gonna be asked you, like, is your mother on drugs? Because, like, what the heck? Like, what the heck? That's insane.
For trying to make meals each night with, like, the staples we would get from our tribe or from the food bank because she would sell our food stamps for drug money. I forgive her for going out and partying each night and trying to find her at bars and bring her home when I finally got my license. And I forgive her for being incredibly abusive to me when she was drunk, like throwing food in my face and telling me she hated me. I forgive her for not allowing me to do any sports in school or to be able to go to friends' houses that weren't the exact religion that she was pretending to practice. I forgive her for not taking me to the hospital when my eating disorder became so bad that my organs were shutting down. That happened twice. I forgive her for stealing $700 from me, even though every time I'm with her, I pay for everything, but that just wasn't enough. I forgive her for constantly calling and asking for money. I could go on, but the point is, I have forgiven her for so much. My mother had an incredibly traumatic childhood, and the cycle continued with her own kids, just in a different way. So I don't know that I can forgive her for this. This one was a big one, and I can't think about my mom without thinking about what they did. I can't think about him without thinking about my mom and what she did. They put me in an impossible situation, and they both still actively seek to be in my life. But I'm not without forgiveness, and I also don't forget. Story time tomorrow. All right, so story time about how my mom and my ex-husband now slept together over and over. I'll also show a few more pictures. This is like a complex situation, so I'll get through it as quickly as I can, but there's a lot to this. So this was my husband. Yes, my eyebrows are crazy thin. Here's another picture from our wedding. Now, my mom wasn't always looking the way she does, obviously, in her mugshot. She was actually quite beautiful. So let me show you a picture before the drugs overtook her. That was my mom. This is my mom and my husband around the time that they would have met. And this is my mom when my husband and her, I think, started sleeping together. I'll never know the exact timeline of when all this happened. I know approximately when it happened, but my mom didn't want to go into details, and my ex-husband just downplays everything. So when she says that they've been together over and over and over, well over a dozen times, he says it was just twice. And you probably think I'm crazy.
Okay, let me ask a question. I know things happen. You know, sometimes you get lonely and you meet a man that makes you feel excited. Things happen. But nothing in your heart make you feel like, dang, I'm gonna hurt my daughter. Like the husband of men is a man, you know. The man is a garbage. Men are trash. Men don't care. But you as a mother, you're pushing her out. There's no loyalty. Like you don't have no guilty conscience to be like, dang, yo, I'm gonna hurt my daughter. Like God making so much DICK. Big ones, little one. Ones that go in, one is circumcised, some not uncircumcised. God make all shapes and sizes, all flavors. You have to go after your daughters. You're a garbage. I don't even want to listen to the story. You're a trash, you're a garbage. You're a garbage. Your own kid. Yo, crazy.
Crazy to believe a meth addict over him, but this man is a pathological liar. I won't go into all the lies in this video. I do plan to make more videos about some of the other lies because it is amazing how someone can manipulate someone for so long and get them to believe the most insane.
Yeah, you know, crazy thing, both my baby daddies are kind of liars. Both of them. And like my son's father's a little bit more extreme. He's more of a liar. Like he will tell you like Future is his friend. He hung out with Future. Future is like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, and he's not playing. He's dead serious. He act like he lies so much. Like even the whole house situation, as you guys know, he stole my money, and then he ended up stealing, you know, getting a house, and then playing me and kicking me and my children out, right? He told his boy that he had a 401k of 100K, and that's how he got his house. I work in a hospital. I worked in a pharmacy before. Our pharmacy didn't really have great benefits. And then before that, I worked security. That didn't have great benefits, right? So he's working at a job that has the same benefits that I had when I was doing security. And people who know the job knows the job. And you have 100, and my job is known for having one of the best benefits out of all the facilities. Okay? All the facilities, like low-key. They have wonderful benefits. That's what I'm forever grateful for my job. Okay? Been working there for quite a little while. And my 401k ain't even touching 100. My 401k is just getting to like a certain number. Okay? So you have, and he's serious. He told people he took out 100k in his 401k. And people really believed it. And the crazy thing is, it's like, because he lives the life he does, you're like, oh yeah, he does. But then when you look at the job, you're like, this dude said the same thing. He's like, I didn't know if he was lying because of the job that he works, you know? He's working like low-key, I don't want to put his job out there, but it's like low-key, he's on cashier level. No shade, no tea. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no 100k. And maybe that story, that story went from generation to generation. I promise you, he's still telling that story. I got 100k. He told me that his friend who passed away, that we hardly see, the dude ended up passing away from lipo. The dude told me that he was so cool with the boy that his boy ended up being married with his wife, and he ended up passing away. The wife ended up found out that he was sleeping with his baby mother, and he told me that he's gonna go around his girlfriend, the wife, to get his portion of the life insurance. Why would your boy leave life insurance for you? And he not even he wasn't his friend like that. He's the type of person, if you die, he clout chase after you. Talking about, oh yeah, I'm gonna be going to his wife to check because, you know, he left him life insurance, so, you know what I'm saying, like, I have to go get my portion. Like, man, compulsive lie. Compulsive lie. Like, this dude lie about everything. Yo, he lies so much when he's telling the truth you don't know because he lies so much. Child.
Things. Keep in mind, I met him when I was 19. So really impressionable, really young. We got married when I was 20. I couldn't even drink alcohol legally. So obviously a huge mistake. But he convinced me he was a virgin when we married. I was a virgin, for sure. Became very apparent to me that he was not a virgin, but I believed it and went with it. And then about 6 months into our marriage, one of the big lies broke open. I took my wedding ring to get cleaned, and the jeweler was being really kind, but he basically was like, I'm not sure why you want us to clean a piece of glass. And this was really crazy because I was with my grandma, and I literally I was at a mall, and so I went into just like the common area, and I called my husband immediately, and I was like, oh my God, you got scammed. Like, I was so dumb. He didn't get scammed. He bought a fake ring. It took me some time, but I finally came around.
Okay, you know, I know 50-50, you know what I'm saying, but to think of y'all age range, he's 19, he's 20, he's probably like, give and take, 24, 25. I'm just giving him 24, 25. I'm just giving him the benefit of the doubt, right? To me, you know what I'm saying, if a man bought me a fake ring, I give him his credit for even marrying you. You get what I mean? Because a lot of women like me got 2 baby daddies. It takes a real man to even ask you to get married, and you know that's a big thing. So to me, I would be hurt, like, dang, you got me a fake ring, but it wouldn't hurt me as much because I would have been like, you know what, I'm married. You know, he loved me so much to marry me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get the lie. Maybe he was embarrassed. Maybe he didn't have no money. Maybe he had to put that and he had the money, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? For y'all are young. So to me, I'm not going to be angry about, like, you know, I'm not going to diss him. I respect him as a man for stepping up to marry you. Because some men would take your virginity and just, peace. Hair grease. You know what I'm saying?
And had the ring tested over and over. And it was definitely not diamond. Now, I just want to clarify. So this is was really upsetting to me because we had picked out, he always took me to the most expensive places. That was his thing. He just like slung money around as if he had a bunch. He didn't. He was broke, but I didn't know that. It appeared as though he had a lot of money. And I'm coming from like a broken situation in terms of like how I was raised. And so I'm looking for some security. So the ring was upsetting because he took me to Tiffany's. I picked out this little tiny yellow diamond ring with little tiny white diamonds around it. And it was like around $1,300, which was very affordable for us at that time. And then for fun, we tried on some like bigger, like dream rings. And so we tried on like a 2 carat, really clear, nice cushion cut diamond. So when he gave me the wedding ring, when he surprised me with it, it was the 2 carat diamond ring. And I was really upset. I actually handed it back to him and asked him to return it because I knew it was a $60,000 ring. That's what they told us when we were there. And I have no interest in sinking that kind of money into a wedding ring, especially when there was just so many other things we could have done with that money. And so I just begged him to take it back, and he's like, no, it's a done deal. And instead of just telling me it didn't cost that much, like, that's not what it is, it's not actually real, he let me believe that I was carrying around this $60,000 ring, showing it off to...
Girl, and don't you hate like when a man, like you tell a man this is what I like both my baby dad do that. Like, you'll tell yo, I like Chanel. I'm just using it. Baby, I ain't got Chanel money, right? And they'll be like, no, I'll say like, I like Louis Vuitton. They'll get you Versace. I like Michael Kors. They'll get you Coach. Like, I don't know why they do that. I don't know, it's something about men, like they make decisions for you, and that gets on my nerves. Like, my nerves. Do not make choices for me. I ain't a grown adult. I'm telling you what I like. Listen, sir, don't guess for me. I'll be grateful for it, but I'll just be sitting there. Baby, I sometimes like, let me get the receipt. Thank you, I really appreciate it. I'll just leave it over there. Because the fact that you got it from me, I'm very appreciative. Like I told you, I'm not a material type of person. But if I'm telling you what I want, and then you made that choice for me, and then you end up getting me a fake ring on top of that, what was the reason? Like, what was the reason? It's not like you got, like, okay, I was looking at my dream rings, and then you're like, you know what, baby, I seen you really liked this ring. I told you what I wanted, and you picked. I just don't understand it. It's like, men just try to make you, like, I don't know, I feel like they try to change you into what they want you to be. I don't want that. I told you what I want. Sir, I'm going to be carrying this fake ring for the rest of my life. Why don't you just buy her the girl the ring? Why you gotta lie and then you're gonna hold it over her head like, oh, I paid $60,000. So, first of all, if the guy had $60,000, I would ask you questions, especially if we're younger. Like, where did you get $60,000? Sir, where? We are in our 20s. $60,000. Baby, I would think he was a scammer. I think he a criminal. Where you get $60,000, sir? Oh, no.
Off to people. One day I dropped it in the parking lot, and I had like an actual panic attack because I thought I just like ruined our lives, because that type of money is just insane to me. So anyways, really annoying that he did that. And when I finally found out it was fake, he still tried to deny it over and over. It was just a bad thing. And that's what started opening my eye up to things that are probably not true. So if you recognize him, if you were with him at some point, please reach out to me, because there were rumors going around that he was engaged when I met him. And I was young, I was 19. It's not an excuse, but when I asked him, he said, no, we're not engaged. We had been engaged for 6 years, but it didn't work out. She kept pressuring me for sex, and I didn't want to go through with it. Give me a freaking break. I feel so stupid for believing that, obviously. Hindsight's 20/20. And so one day we're at lunch, we're working together. He's my boss. I mean, not technically my boss, but he's definitely has more seniority than me. I'm a kid, basically, right? So we go to lunch one day and we run into his ex-fiance, and it was crazy awkward, and I just didn't think it should be because I thought they had moved on from each other. He said they never lived together. I don't believe that now, but he claims they never lived together. And when I met her, she was just really upset, and so I just stepped away and let them have their space. But oh my God, if I could have been a fly on that wall, maybe I would have like woken up to what I was dealing with here with him. There's also another huge lie that came out in all of this. I believe now that none of his family knows that we were married. None of them came to the wedding. And I tried to send them invitations and he would not let me send them. He said, oh, I'll take care of that for you. Just give me the invitations. I found them in his car. Like,
did you meet them? Did you meet the family? Girl, I'm young too. Don't get me wrong. I was young. But baby, I ain't marrying nobody if I don't know your family. First of all, because I was always that young type of person, like, yo, if your family don't like me, I'm with this person for the rest of my life. Like, you know, like, because I told you, when I had my kids, my baby daddy wasn't my ideal man. I felt like, okay, me and my first boyfriend, the love of my life, we broke up, and I was dating. In my mind, I always thought I was going to be back with him. I did. So I was like, you know, I'm just going to enjoy and have fun with this guy, and yeah. And then I end up being with this person, talking to the person, you know, he ended up cheating on me. That's just still in my mind. I was like, you know what, I'm not really taking him serious because he wasn't my ideal man. You know? I did like him. I cared for him at a point, but I wasn't like madly in love because in my heart, I always thought I was going to go back to my first boyfriend. But baby, that's why, like, when I ended up getting pregnant, I was like, dang, you know what I'm saying? I wish I got to know the family, like his father. My son's father's phenomenal, but the mother, oh, absolutely not. You baby, I would have like, you know what? No, baby, no, hell no. What they made me go through, baby, for nothing. I didn't even do anything. These people, you should just, I don't know. It's just like she just hated me and she wanted to take my kid from me, baby. I didn't know what. I was like, yo, is it because I'm young? Is it because I'm Haitian? Because some people really just hate Haitian women. Like, I don't know. But I wish that was my biggest thing. Like, I met the family. My son's family, they were like an act. Like, they were the nicest people to me. They really liked me. But their motive is, they're weird. Like, they run gang. That's one thing about them. They kind of use me to make his baby mother jealous. Like, and they kept saying it. Like, yeah, you're better. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Have you met the girlfriend? So it's like in their mind, they really think their son is a prize or their brother is a prize. Well, really not. But you know what I'm saying? But to them, it was like, yes. You know what I'm saying? So it's, I don't know. Some families is like, you would think like they love you. They're kind. You get along with them. And then they're the devil. You know what I'm saying? But I think meeting the family should have made you be like, I'll date you, but I'm not ready for marriage. Because you got to know what you're getting yourself into. You know what I'm saying?
Give me the invitations. I found them in his car like months later after we had already been married. So I knew he never sent them. And so when I confronted him about why he didn't send the invitations, he said that his family didn't want him to marry me, that I was basically beneath them. His family was ultra wealthy. His dad, like, I guess supposedly did like AstroTurf for like the NFL or something. And so he claims that I was sort of beneath what his family wanted for him. And next thing I know, I get these weird emails from his dad. I still have these emails, and this was at a time when I didn't know like how easy it was for people to just make fake email accounts. It was like their first dot last name at gmail.com. And I believed it. I actually corresponded with his dad. I now believe those messages were from him. But they were vile. They were the most vile messages I've ever received. His dad supposedly hit on me in these messages, which is, again...
Yo, I'm telling you, I need to do story times because my ex used to do like, go in my inbox and go write everybody. Like, so Messenger, you know, people will always write you, you know. So me, I get messages a lot. I get a lot of men write me, you know. There's some people that just send me their little wee pictures. Like, guys always are in my inbox. It's been like that for years, forever, right? And I'm very not like, if I have a boyfriend, I'm very respectful to my boyfriend. So I don't know if my ex felt as if like I was cheating. He pretend he was me and would go in the inboxes and ask them like, hey, you want to see me today? Like, what? Like, one time, so I'm working at a pharmacy, so I guess he didn't know that, because one of the patients and me, we talk, but the only time the patient will talk, like if he needs his meds, or if he just wants to, hey, just checking on you, how you doing, that's it. And he wrote him and told the guy that, oh, he wants, if I want to go on a date with him, I really like him. And the dude came in my job, was like, Tasha, can I talk to you? And asked me, like, what? Did you wipe me? To the point that when I broke up, when my ex put me out in the street, he wrote my boss, because my phone number was connected to my son's phone, and he wrote my boss, telling my boss, like, oh, Tasha's not a good woman. I got custody of the kids. She's on drugs. Like, going in. I bought her a house. She didn't have no money. And my boss was like, I think you got the wrong person. But thank God my boss and I was cool. Because I imagine it was one of the wise people, I would have got fired. But I guess because the fact he just seen the guy's name and he thought like, oh yeah, I kicked her out. Now she got a new guy. Because my phone cloud was, my iCloud was connected with my son's phone and my phone together. I guess he got all the contacts and was writing the men in my phone. And it was like, what? Why are you doing that? Like, there's some people, it's just so weird. Like, the things that goes in your brain, like, you're writing her and pretending you're your dad. Like, what makes you just get up and be like, hey, let me just, like, what? Weird.
Hindsight's 2020. I was a kid. Give me some grace. But yeah, those didn't come from his dad. And recently, when I was with him, one of his sisters called. He has, I believe, 3 sisters. And unfortunately, I can't contact any of them because I know their first names. I don't even know if I really know their first names. They're probably fake. I don't know their last names. I think they're all married. But anyways, he was on the phone with one of his sisters and I said, oh, tell your sister I said hi. And I could hear her say to him, who is that? And he said, oh, it's just a girl. And she's like, it better not be that ex-girlfriend of yours. And she goes, you know, the redhead with the big boobs. So ex-girlfriend, right? She never knew that we were married. Anyways, back to the main story that you guys are interested in. I just kind of wanted to set the scene for some of the lies so you could understand kind of how this developed. So we tried to make it work for many years. He actually filed for separation from me for a crazy reason. I'll do a video on that sometime. And I told him, if you separate from me as your wife, he wanted to be separated legally, but he wanted to still be married and live together. And it's because he wanted to have our finances totally separate. And so I told him, if you separate from me, I will divorce you. And that's what I did. However, we haven't been able to break up fully, right? Like, we just keep getting back together. We had a long spell of time where we weren't together. That's not when he was with my mom. I really don't know. I just know that when they were together, him and I were also together. Now, I've dated other people in the meantime, like when we've been fully separated. I've never cheated on anyone ever in my life. But this man has claimed until these lies came out, he had still claimed that he had only ever had sex with me. No one but me in all of these years, right? Like, even up until a year ago, he was still saying that I was the only woman he had ever been with. Quick reminder, again, I have zero interest in people trying to dig up his identity and find out who he is. Again, he has a really public job. It's a really good job, and I am just not.
My friend, I have to speak to you. That's what people do. I talk about my exes on purpose. I don't give a damn if you find them or not. I don't care. I don't care. It's my truth. It's my testimony. But I don't tell people what I don't want to tell. So if you're telling me stories, like, there's people that pass away and people are like, oh, how he died, how she died. And people look up their obituary. There's people that go to court and they're like, oh, they're in court. This is where they live. There's a story out there about a man telling you your man slept with your mother and not expect people to look for him up. People will retaliate for you. That's what people do. People don't care how sad you get, no, you put it out there. So people are going to do it themselves. That's people. That's how the world is. Social media is a good place because either you can get viral, make money, you can meet some great people. But social media could become the devil. It could be the devil. It could ruin your life. And look at it. What's her name? Risa Tisa? Who the fuck did I marry? Baby, they found his name. She didn't even say who he was. They found him. They found the man. Okay? His job. If he really was, what he said he was a football player. They found his school records. They found the woman that he lived with. Baby, social media is a different world. What her name? That girl, Peach McIntyre. I have a husband and 3 kids, 5 kids. Baby, she lived in an apartment. People went to go find her apartment to tell them, oh yeah, she got 9 kids, 10 kids. It made the girl lose her apartment. Social media could either be a great place, but social media have a lot of evil people in it. That's social media.
I am just not here to mess up anything for anybody and my mom. I'm out of time, I'm sorry, but there's going to be a part 2. So again, please just don't try to figure out who he is and cause problems for him. I'm not about that, okay? So you're probably wondering like what it was, like why all this happened. I am definitely sapiosexual. I don't know if you know what that means, but I'm a person who is attracted to intelligence over anything else. And
yo, y'all be making up words. What is a CBO-sexual? CBO-sexual? Y'all be making up stuff. What the hell? You just can't be like, I just like someone that's smart. I'm a CBO-sexual. What the hell? Y'all making up stuff. What the hell's a CBO-sexual, man? What the fuck? Y'all making up stuff now. Y'all making up stuff at this point. What? A CBO-sexual. I am done.
And I don't know why I'm that way, and this individual is literally the most book smart, intelligent person I've ever met. And I've dated a surgeon and a scientist and a professor, people like that, right? That's like kind of my type, which clearly I need to change up. But that's always kind of like what intrigues me. And there literally isn't a subject that I could talk to this man about that he wouldn't know just everything. He has like a photographic memory. Whatever he reads, he fully retains. And he went to medical school. He went to law school. Again, this is what he told me, so who really knows, but I just believe it based on his wealth of knowledge, and that's sort of what's kept sucking me in, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. I also believe that he is on the spectrum. He has always been against any type of therapy. In fact, that's what finally broke us up, is I literally told him, if we're going to work through this, we have to have therapy. Like, I need help. I cannot be our therapist for this, because I am definitely more emotionally intelligent than he is. Anyways, I just truly believe he's on the spectrum somewhere. I think that all that intelligence he has come with a cost. Okay, so back to the story. We were on a break, and it's a little bit complex, but he lives in my hometown. That's where his job is, and that's also where my mom lives. I had moved to another town, which is a few hours away, with my grandparents, because my grandma got breast cancer, and we needed to get closer to medical facilities. So what had happened is I ended up getting a new place of my own, and I invited him and my mom to come over to see my new place. And my mom, obviously, she had started with the meth, and so she couldn't drive. She actually totaled her car and had a DUI. That's one of those mugshots, unfortunately. And so he offered to bring her over to visit. Now, I knew he was spending some time with her, but it did not seem like it was nefarious.
Who would think that? Who would think that? My mom used to chill with my ex-boyfriend all the time. They used to watch movies together. Now, I go to my mother now, I'm like, did you sleep with my baby daddy? Because what is this? Who would think that? Yo, they used to chill all the time. I used to chill with my ex's dad all the time. All the time. Like, that used to be my best friend. I used to love my ex's dad, but until he became Judas and he got me arrested. But I loved my ex-boyfriend's dad. I didn't really care for the mother because the mother was, but the dad, oh, I loved him. You know what I'm saying? And then in the end of the day, he's the one who betrayed me. But we was mad cool, babe. Who would think like, oh yeah, that's who you fucking? You know what I'm saying? Like, who would think that? Nobody would think that for real. Who would think that?
Anyway, he would go over and like drop food off for her. He would, like if she had a yard sale, he would go and like purchase things. He basically was claiming that he was just trying to help her out because she was in a bad situation, and he was working desperately to get back with me. And so he thought if he helped my mom that I would be more interested in getting back together. And it did. It made me more interested. I thought it was really loving and caring of him to do that. So they come over to my house, and right away I just noticed like really weird energy. It feels like my mom is jealous of my interaction with him, which is really strange. And him and I weren't together at this time, and so I just thought it was really bizarre. She just kept causing problems, and she's like always trying to one-up me, and she kept fighting with him. It was just really uncomfortable. And so they ended up staying the night, and it's awful because I was like really burned out just dealing with my mom. If you've been around someone that deals with those types of drugs, they're exhausting. And so I told them that like I was going to bed. He followed me to my bedroom, and he, like, as he's shutting my door, he's like, "Don't worry, I'll take care of your mom." What that really meant was he took her into my bathroom, and they did it on my bathroom floor. Now, of course, I didn't know.
The audacity. You having sex in the house? Oh, you are a trash. You are motherfucking trash. What is it? You guys couldn't go to the car. Go take a walk across the street. You did it while she was in that, baby. You lucky you didn't have somebody like me who wake up. Baby, I wake up for anything. It's like my spidey senses. God said, thou shalt rise. Because baby, if that was me, oh, yo, I have to close my eyes and imagine. Baby, you had the audacity in their house, in the house? And yo,
Now, of course, I didn't know what was going on. They ended up leaving the next day, and then him and I, we basically started our relationship back up, and he ended up moving in with me. We were together for a few months. Things went really well for a while. He ends up having to go back to my hometown for work. We're still together. Things are a little strained, but we're still together. And one day I am speaking with my mom on the phone, and I hadn't told her yet that we were back together. But I felt like it was time. People were starting to find out because it had been several months, and it had been several good months, to be totally honest. And so I was on the phone with my mom, and I was telling her that we were back together, and she's like, "Are you sleeping with him?" And I was like, "Yes, like we're back together." And she said, "Oh no, I just wish you wouldn't have done that." And I was like, "Why?" She's like, "You don't know who he is." And I was like, "Well, sure I do." She goes, "No, you have no idea who he is. I have been sleeping with him." Sorry. Sorry, I'm trying so hard to...
That is so awful. So what did you think in your head? Maybe in the mom's head, she probably thought that he was going to leave her daughter and be with her, the mother. Maybe the mother thought like, yeah, you know, he's going to be my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, because... like, why would you confronted your daughter like she was your friend, and or you the side chick, and you just let her know like, dang, I'm sorry, but I've been sleeping with him too. You the mother. You older than both of these. How old is this dude? Did she say? Because maybe I missed it. You're an old lady. You're an old lady. her for her addiction. I don't know. Maybe he's dangling her addiction. I don't know. Because, baby, the way you would have got the boo-boo mama or not. I don't give a damn. God said respect thy mother. Baby, what? Mama who? Who's my mama? Because, baby, what? He would have got a boo-boo. She would have got boo-boo-boo. Because you my mother. She'll get the 3-piece. He'll get the 2. Because he a stranger. There's another man in this world. But your blood won to me. You pushing me out. You having sex with my husband? You're helping him hurt me? Ah, mama, you lucky you not my mother. Because, baby, I would have made your life a living hell. I would act like you were up in the street. Come outside. Now, baby.
Not be one of those people that cry on the internet. And my dog gets really upset when I get upset. I do. So I'll collect myself and we'll get back to it. Okay, so she just tells me and we get off the phone. She does not tell him that she's told me. And those moments when time stands still, this was one of those moments for me. My heart just took off like a rocket. It was beating so hard. I had to sit down. I felt just like a wave of just emotion just rush over me. It was just like all of these fears I had had for so long came true, but in the worst way possible. I never imagined that it would be with my mother. I just felt in my heart that he had definitely been with other people. I just did not think it would be my mom. So my grandma was actually on her way over, like while I was on the phone with my mom, and so she came into my house and I was sitting on the couch and I told her, like, sit down, I have something to tell you. And I told her, and it was just, again, it was a very intense moment for both of us. We were both very, very upset. My grandpa did not like my husband. He, I think, saw through a lot of things, and my grandma had always defended my husband to him, and so she felt bad for having done that, and it was a really hard thing for us to process. And then, of course, like, the other element of this is that's my mom. How could my mom do that? It was really, really hard to hear it that day. I did not confront him right away. I took some time. I took a couple weeks, actually. He was in another town, so it was just easy for us not to communicate a lot, and I didn't tell him, and we just ended up just being really casual for that time. He could sense that things were strained between us, and so we decided that we were gonna meet up and try to do something fun. So he rented an Airbnb, a bed and breakfast, and it was in a town that was in between us. And I was basically thinking, okay, that's where I will confront him. I knew I was going to record it because I have such a history of this person lying, and getting him to admit a lie is like pulling teeth. I'm not exaggerating. He just will look for any excuse to not look like a liar. He does not accept that he is a liar. I don't think he believes it. So I set up this basically date with him at this bed and breakfast so that I could get the information out of him that I wanted and try to get this all behind me. So
one thing I respect about you people, you guys can wait. I don't know how to do that. As soon as I found out you sleeping with my mama, baby, you will wake up with me there. Hello, it's me. I was wondering after all these, baby. What is it? You slept with my mom and I'm gonna wait and have a date? Baby, I ain't planning nothing. You would wake up with me next to you. How did you get in here? Don't worry about it. You slept with my mother? What?
Another video on that, which will be me confronting him. I'm not doing it today. I'm pretty tapped out emotionally, but maybe tomorrow I will talk about how I confronted him, and then I have those recordings, and I'm also going to post clips from that. But again, please don't try to dig up identities here. If this goes sideways on me, I'm just going to pull out, and what you'll do if you do that, you're just going to hurt me, because I'm looking for community, I'm looking for support, I'm looking for a way to move on from this. I'm trying to figure out how to date again and move on with my life. I am lonely, and so if this goes badly for me and I feel like I'm hurting people, which is not what I want to do, I will pull out, and you're just going to be hurting me and isolating me more, which is the last thing I need, because I have isolated myself quite a bit. Anyways, thank you so much for all your love and support. The comments have just been incredible. It's been really fun to see all the different countries of people that this has reached. Like, it's shocking to me, but it's really fun to see like where you guys are from. And you've all sent such encouraging and loving messages and comments, and I really appreciate you, especially the people that follow and like care to follow, because they want to see kind of like what happens with my life. It means so much to me. Like, I literally need a mom. Like, I don't know, Bethany Frankel, you want to be my mom? Anyways, thank you so much. We'll talk more tomorrow.
All right, so I'm gonna leave it here, because I told you, I hope it goes her way. I don't know if people are really gonna be that nice. Maybe, you know, sometimes it's not in your hands, and sometimes it's in God's hands, and sometimes your story and your testimony is his karma. And I just hope excuse me, I hope you don't isolate yourself because you feel as if that you need to protect him. I feel like you keep protecting him, and I feel like somewhere in your heart you really believe that, I don't know, maybe you want to get back with him. I don't know what it is yet, because I haven't finished watching it. So this is gonna be a part 1 to it. You know, I'm pretty good uploading part 2. Hopefully the sound is on. I checked 3 times, like mic check 1 2 1 2, baby, because I'm not doing these videos and it's not working. I will be very mad. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check her out. If you don't want to hear me talking, you want to hear the story faster, you can go check her channel out. I have some goodies coming up, guys. Like, the story times are going to be story timing, so get your popcorns ready, okay? But stay tuned for part 2. Thank you for all who has subscribed to me, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Drop my money, funny, yo. Bounce down Euro, daddy, so no matter how much it is, so